What do dry flowers, fruit, and brassicas have in common? The harvest! The harvest, you guys! What a wonderful harvest. Let's see what I did, all right? Let's see. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. This is Jamerica with Jamerica Life, and it's time to go outside and harvest. I have to excuse my shirt. I got wet. You know I gotta water this garden. I gotta water. So I'm wet. Everything is doing well. I did pick a couple of leaves this morning to give to the birds. That helps them with their immune system. This is tree collards, and look at that mustard right there. Yeah. And my peppers. It's still warm here in Texas, by the way. This is nightshades. These are peppers, bell peppers I planted from seeds that I got from the supermarket. Now, there is one problem out here, and I'm going to show you. That little bird, I call him or her Mr. Snuffleupagus or Miss Snuffleupagus. I don't know if it's girl or boy because it's a silky, but it's ugly as sin, and it's eating all of my things. It just finished nibbling. It didn't touch this side yet, but look at this. Where you go? There it is. Scoundrel. And I can't catch it. I catch it every now and then it just comes right back out. Oh well. I got a lot of vegetables, so I'm not going to try to, put it in a cage yet. This is another tree collard. But we're not doing a garden tour today. We're doing a garden harvest. I have some things that I need to prune off or deadhead because I want to continue to have them flower. All deadhead is cutting off the dead flowers. You can save the seeds if you want. These are zinnias, and I believe I have seeds. I may collect a couple of them, a couple of the drier ones, but the ones that are still green, I'm just gonna clip them off. So I'm just taking these off so I can get more flowers. Deadheading. That's what deadheading does. A lot better already, huh? Make it all nice and pretty. Okay. Because I don't want to see a bunch of dead flowers. I want to see pretty flowers. Yep. And that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. The plant likes it too. You can do it to your roses also. But roses, you can't plant them from flowers. But you can use them as compost, which is why I'm throwing everything right back down to the soil. Some people say that throwing stuff on the ground causes you to get more bugs. You're going to get bugs anyway. You're going to get them anyway. So I'd rather use it as compost and deal with the bugs. I mean, look at my leaves. If you don't use pesticides, you're going to get, I'll show you, I'm looking at one right now because these snails are out of control. You're going to get pests. Like these. I feed these to my chickens. They're double duty. They're eating. We're going to get some of these greens too in a minute. But I'm cutting off these flowers because I want them to continue to do this, to continue to thrive. The ones that are spent, I'm just going to cut them off or take them. See that? And dry them out. See if I can get some more flowers from them next year. Okay, I think that's enough of the pink. Hopefully I could tell the difference. The pink ones are bigger. See how big these get? See that? They get huge. The pink ones get a lot bigger. So, oh, what's that calendula? I don't know. That might have been calendula. You look at the flower. No. Those are not calendula. Those are zinnias. They're just orange ones. So let's go ahead and get some of the turnip greens. We'll take a look at it before we harvest. I'm watering over there where the new stuff is and where the trees are. You see the water, the sprinkler going? But this is what it looked like. Isn't that wonderful? And y'all know we took the turnip greens and did what it did. That is these are Brussels sprouts. See that? And this is year 2 for these Brussels sprouts, so I don't know. Y'all know that's bok choy. Bok choy is beautiful. But there's the turnips again. Tree collards are doing their thing. And I've been using rabbit manure That is it. Look at these. Look at these tree collards. Look at that. Look how big it is. And wow. Wow, that rabbit manure is working. Get a rabbit, y'all. Get a rabbit or two. Man, all of this is mostly rabbit manure. I put some blood meal and bone meal and some 444 down when I initially planted this stuff, but I have been just throwing the excrements of my rabbits, just putting them on the ground. And look at the plants. Look at them. All right, let's go ahead and get to harvesting. And I still gotta get the sweet potatoes. I've been putting that off. They're over there. I'm gonna go this way because the sprinkler's going over there. And I also have some basil that came up. I'm gonna harvest some basil too. We're gonna get a huge harvest today. Huge. And it's all worth it. All you gotta do is put in some time, energy, and water it. And of course, fertilize it. I do recommend you get some rabbits though, if you can have them. And most people can have rabbits because they're considered pets. So there's that. They don't eat very much either. You give them a little bit of the rabbit. They don't eat much. I put a lot in their box because I don't want to be bothered half the time. I just go and check to see. There it is. I just go and check to see if they have food. Look, see that around the trees? All of the trees have rabbit manure around it. All of them. I ain't spending all that money on that fertilizer. If this stuff works, it's on and popping. I ain't buying fertilizer no more. Fertilizer is expensive. If I get away with not doing it, initially, I'm gonna take that back. Initially, when I put them in the ground, I'm gonna put blood meal, bone meal, and some organic 444 down. But after that, it's just rabbit manure and eggshells and eggs that have went bad. That's all I'm gonna use is stuff that I have in the house. So let's go over here and get those citrus that are out there. Oh no. Oh no. Little by little. Okay, I got a basket full of them. I'm gonna stop right now because I'm getting poked. So I need to go and get a ladder and get the rest of them. But I got quite a few. Let me check the ones on the ground and make sure I don't leave any fruit that is still good out here. And here are citrus. So this tree died back. If you look at the trunk of the tree, there are a lot of people say, well, those are sour oranges and they don't want them, but they taste just like limes. If your lime tree, or if your citrus trees for that matter, goes to the ground and comes back and survives, you're gonna get some fruit. It's gonna taste like lemon lime. Don't just cut it down. That's just my recommendation. Just let it go. Look at the trunk of this. When you buy these trees, there's only one branch coming from the ground. Kind of like that Arctic frost that bit the dust. So you see there's multiple, right? With citrus are kind of like permanent plants in the subtropics. If they go through a freeze and freeze all the way to the ground, if there is any of the root still alive, they come back. And you're gonna get some fruit. It may not be the fruit that you initially planted, but you're gonna get some, and it's gonna taste, if it's a lime tree like mine was, or is, I don't know, because it froze to the ground, definitely. If you look at the bottom, see how there's multiple right there? Now these two have never given me anything, so I might cut these down. But this one and that one over there both put out fruit. And of course, that's a lemon. See that one? That's a different type of tree, because those are yellow. See that? Isn't that pretty? I'm gonna get a ladder because I don't want to get all poked up or scratched up by the thorns. Initially, when I bought these lime trees, they didn't have any thorns on it, but when they get older, they develop thorns, and they'll poke you. So let's put our lemon or lime or whatever this fruit is. I call it a lime tree because that's what I planted back here. Let's put this on the thing, and then let's get our brassicas. Look at that. Look at that. Look at those mustards right there. See those? Those are mustards. These three right here. And I just planted those maybe a month ago. But these are late. These I planted maybe 2 months ago. And this one, well, it's all mixed in. This one I planted last year. Anyway, let's go ahead and harvest some of these greens, because the snails, if it's dense, the snails hide in there and they'll eat your stuff. Well, they're eating my stuff. Bugs will hide. They like shady spots. They don't come out during the day most of the time. They wait until it's dusk and dark. I come out here at midnight. Snails are all around the lawn making their way to my garden. I've caught them. I've came out here and caught them. So, especially if it's damp. Oh, they love that. This is chicken damage, though. That's not a snail. Snails put holes in the middle of the leaves. Chickens just eat from the edges. Anyway, let's go ahead and get some turnips, and then we'll see what else we're going to harvest. Going to break them off. Making sure I look at what plant I'm taking from. I don't want to take too many leaves off the same plant, but I need to get some air in here. Because these snails, these jokers, they're giving birth and everything. These baby snails here now. They're like, oh yeah, baby, this is the nursery right here. This is our new nursery. Then I come. And they're like, what the heck? Why is the sun coming through? Why? Why is this sunshine all of a sudden? No, I'm gonna get them today, because I got a pot waiting for these. I got a pot waiting for these right here. Let me go and pull this basket closer so I can gather all this stuff up instead of letting them rob me. I know the basket's dirty, so are the greens. I gotta wash everything anyway. Oh my God! And there's a ladybug here. She doing her thing. I don't wanna wash her away. Go ahead, ma'am. Oh, she fell, and I don't want her in the basket. I don't want to kill her. Okay, she gone. She gone in the grass. Make sure I don't keep the good bugs. You want the good bugs, but the bad ones you want to get rid of them. These turnips are developing, man. Oh well, they are developing, but that's not why I'm growing them right now. I don't want no turnips. Turnips. I want the leaves. That's what I'm harvesting. Over and over and over again. Let's see. Put this down here and take that off. I'm going to have a lot. I always get a lot. Always. And this is number 3 or 4. Snails everywhere. They're just out in the daytime. That's how many there are. This thing is gonna get washed. As soon as they hit the salt water, they ain't gonna make it. They can't take that. Look at this. See it? Snails. I need a bucket just for the snails. Take this one off. Take this one off. That off. All right, girl. Let's do our job, huh? They doing their job. Robbing me. I'm gonna do my job. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Yes, girl. Yeah, yeah. Uh-oh. I may have overdone that one. Let me put this hit in here in an orderly fashion so that I can orderly get it out. Get it out in an orderly fashion. I'm just stacking them. Just stacking them in here. One on top of the other. Full of snails, though. Full of snails. I'll put him in there. Or her in there. Whatever. That's okay. You're going to pay the piper, homeboy. Or homegirl. Jamaica ain't playing with you. Not. Rob me. Okay. It's on and popping. I was gonna harvest anyway. Might as well get y'all while I'm doing it. There's so many here. Look at this crap. They having babies. They're laying eggs and having babies. Let me show you this one leaf. Look at that. Full of snails. Full of them. Full of babies. Wipe it on the grass. All right. I'm sure I didn't get all of them because I keep finding them. Eating up my stuff. They turned it into a nursery. It's okay though. Opening this joker up. Get some air. Expose the criminals. Criminals, they don't want to be seen now. Criminal insects. They don't want exposure. No, they want to do what they do and blend in with the plant. Ugh. So many of them that I am getting a little disgusted, but it's okay. It's all right. It's a gardener's job to make sure you harvest on time, because if you don't, they will. Look at that. That's when you don't use insecticide. That's what you're gonna get sometimes. There's people who use natural stuff. I've tried stuff, but apparently it don't work. Like garlic water didn't work. Or maybe I didn't use it enough, and plus I water all the time, so when I put it on there, it washes off. Oh, I thinned out a lot, but I gotta get in here. And I gotta get these collards too, these tree collards, because they ready. They need to be harvested. Let me get these down here. Stepping on a leaf. This is what you do when you just sprawl the seeds out. You're gonna get a whole bunch of stuff. It's not gonna look like a lot, but it is. And it's gonna look real thin when I finish. But in a couple of days, it's gonna grow back, the leaves. Big old snail waiting in here. Look at that. See? Jerk face. Jerk snail. Oh, Lord. They probably wonder, what the heck? I was hiding until tonight so I could eat tonight. We're going to have a party. Party in the turnip patch. Meet me in the turnip patch, girl. Meet me in the turnip patch, boy. We're gonna eat like there's no tomorrow. There's plenty of food, plenty of food. Oh Lord. Mating, reproducing, having babies in my turnip patch. Some nerves. This is not a nursery. My turnip patch. Y'all didn't put in no work. Coming and enjoying the fruits of my labor. You got some nerve. Some. Yeah, look at that. Just freaking snails everywhere. They'll die in the salt water. They're going in the salt water. You put them in salt water, they're gonna wither to nothing. They don't. They probably be like, uh-oh, why am I in this black case? Not a good sign. I'm getting a bad sign, man. Is it over? Is it over for me? Now, just make sure I get more than they get. Not let them take everything away from me. You gotta fight for your rights. Here we go. Turnips. Now let's go ahead and get some of these tree collards, because they getting real thick. Those big voluptuous plants, those are my tree collards. That have some holes are in them. So I'm taking the bottom leaves off. Y'all gonna see the difference in what the leaves look like. Different plants have different leaves. And these leaves are way heavier than the turnips. I can only do so much though. It's a lot. This is a lot. Okay. This one is not so bad because it's right next to the basil. Yep, they were starting. Look at that snail. They're like, oh, we didn't get to that yet. Turnip patch is full, so I'm gonna move on to another green. I want diversity. That's what we have so far. I'm just stacking them up. Yeah, and it was shading out stuff anyway, so there we are. Okay. I gotta see that. That's mustards. I mean, excuse me, those are turnips. These are turnips. You see the leaf? You see how the leaf is? Now let's take this next to, I'm gonna take one off, all right? And I'm gonna show you the difference between it and a tree collard. See that? They don't look alike. Tree collards. They do not look alike. They're different leaves. See that? Okay, that's a tree collard. This is a turnip. Now let me show you Swiss chard. This is Swiss chard right here. Look at the leaves. Turnip leaf, Swiss chard leaf. Let's hold them side by side. The turnip leaf is more veiny than the Swiss chard leaf. You see that? And Swiss chard leaf has a sheen to it like satin paint. This is a bok choy. Bok choy grows low to the ground and it flowers out. You see that? Normally when you harvest a bok choy, you harvest the entire thing. This is the Swiss chard, and that's the bok choy, and that's a Brussels sprout. See the difference? Brussels sprout, Swiss chard, bok choy. Show you the difference between Brussels sprouts. So we went through Brussels sprouts. We went through tree collards. This over here is mustards. The mustards are similar to the bok choy. The mustards are similar to the Swiss chard leaves, but no sheen. Where's my Swiss chard? See that? There's no sheen on these, and they have a different shape. So let's take the mustard leaf, because they're getting ate up too, right? I like mustards, by the way. Take everything from the bottom, because I do cut and come again. I don't harvest the entire plant. I don't do it. Just get the ones from the bottom. And you don't have to cook these greens separately. I mean, some people do, but you don't have to. And this snail's hiding up under these leaves. Ain't that something? Because it grows from the center. That's why the exterior leaves are bigger, because they've been here longer. See that? They're eating them up. That's all right, though. I always say that's all right. Try not to get upset about stuff like that. This is nature. I'm appreciating growing plants is natural, right? Mustards are giving me a time. Harvest them, and underneath the mustards was a little bok choy trying to make its way. It's a good thing I harvested it. So let me take you back over to the Swiss chard, because Swiss chard and mustards look similar because they're very veiny. But the Swiss chard has more of a satin finish or shiny finish than the mustards. So here is a Swiss chard, right? And here's a mustard leaf. Very similar, but you can tell the Swiss chard is shinier. That's how you know what it is. And the texture is different. The Swiss chard leaves are crisper versus the mustard is more pliable, but the Swiss chard is not. Okay, these are mustards on the side. Swiss chard is right there. We haven't gotten to the turnips yet. We're just going through tree collards right now. Tree collards, tree collards, tree collards. All right, we're getting down to the mustards. Turnips. So here, this is all the collards right here. And here are the snails and the mustards. Snail falling off. Look at that. They're all over the place. They're like, what happened? It was so pleasant. It was so peaceful in here. These are all turnip greens. I got to prioritize my cleaning by which ones I know is going to wilt fastest. And these turnips will wilt faster than the tree collards. So here are I keep on saying mustards. Here are turnips. All right, put that on the ground. Turnips, tree collards, mustards. I'm dropping stuff on the floor. My table runneth over. I don't use any pesticides, none. And this, of course, is the Swiss chard that I did to just show you guys. I'm gonna give this to the chickens. So, it doesn't take long. Tree collards are perennials as long as they don't freeze down to the ground. It's very hard to put these out. These, as a matter of fact, they like cold. A lot of brassicas like cold. A lot of them. Lots. Turnips, they don't like the heat. They're the opposite of nightshades. So, let me give you a glimpsey poo, because I know there's a shadow on here, and show you what I got. And you're gonna see that they look different. So this is what it looked like. Turnips. Isn't that beautiful? half a tableful of greens. Collards. These are tree collards. And mustards. Go ahead and grow your stuff, guys. Grow your stuff. I know I'm preaching to the choir, but here we are. This is Jamerica with Jamerica Life. I may not get a lot all the time, but sometimes they show up. This is Jamerica with Jamerica Life. I am so happy. I am so happy because not only did I get citrus, but I got cut and come again brassicas, because I didn't harvest the whole plant. I don't do that until, winter takes it out, or summer. Some don't go away till summer. Here's what I got. Beautiful. A beautiful harvest. Ah! It's all over the floor. I made a mess. This is Jamerica with Jamerica Life. Keep on growing. Don't let nobody stop you. Not even the weather, because you can grow indoors. And I will see you guys on the next one. Happy gardening. Bye.